This is Solar Education Project's Health Through Solar Cooking. Hello, everyone. We're happy to be with you today for Carnegie Science Center's SciTech Day for Health and the Human Body. Our topic today is solar cooking, which is a way to cook food using only the power of concentrated sunlight. You may be wondering what solar cooking has to do with health. We're going to answer that question by sharing a story that will help you understand how solar cooking can improve health for people around the world. Our story is titled, Lillian Captures the Sun. This story begins with 2.5 billion people around the world who are cooking their daily meals using open fire. Many of these fires are fueled with wood, charcoal, or dried animal dung. Smoke from daily cooking fires is responsible for health issues in millions of people, such as pneumonia, stroke, heart disease, COPD, lung cancer, and carbon monoxide poisoning. Other injuries, such as burns and eye irritation, including blindness, occur among the women and children nearest to the fire. Let's learn about one of those 2.5 billion people. This is Lillian. Lillian lives in a rural part of Kenya in the beautiful Rift Valley. Kenya is on the continent of Africa. The landscape in the Rift Valley is green and lush, with lakes and abundant wildlife. This part of Kenya is known as the breadbasket. It is where the country's food is grown. On many small family farms, livestock and a variety of crops are raised, such as maize, wheat, arrowroot, cabbage, tomatoes, potatoes, beans, spinach, and more. Lillian lives with her husband Charles and their 3 children, Dura, Joseph, and Aiden, in a small house on a plot of land that they farm. They grow potatoes, maize, spinach, and tomatoes, as well as cultural vegetables, saga and managu. They have recently planted 2 banana trees on their land. Lillian's family eats some of the food they grow. They also sell some at the market. The family works together to do many tasks that are part of their daily lives. It takes a lot of work to care for the crops and to harvest them. Wood must be gathered for daily cooking and for warming the house during the cooler season. Lillian's husband is also a carpenter. He works different jobs to make a little extra money for the family. The children go to school when they are able to. One of Lillian's main jobs is to cook the meals for the family. She uses a traditional method of open fire cooking. This is the way 9 out of 10 women who live in rural communities in Kenya cook their food. Lillian's cooking area is a wood-burning stove made of cement block. It is located at the back of the house. This wood stove is not just for cooking. It will also keep their house warm in the cooler months of the year. It is Saturday morning, and Lillian is the first to awaken. The sun is just beginning to filter through the small window at the front of her house. She gets up and stretches, then readies herself for the day. As the rest of the family wakes up, Lillian begins to prepare breakfast. She starts the fire and adds several small branches. The fire begins to burn nicely. As the wood burns, smoke travels throughout the house. Lillian is used to the smoke, but she knows that it is not healthy. She worries mostly about the effect it will have on her children, but for now, it is her only option. Lillian sets a pot of water on the fire to begin heating. This morning, she's making uji, a delicious porridge that is popular in Kenya. Once the water begins to boil, Lillian adds the ingredients, which she has made into a paste. She continues to stir until the mixture thickens. Lillian has a little bit of honey to sweeten the uji. She adds it and stirs it again. The sweet honey is a tasty treat for the family. The family gathers around to get a serving of uji. The warm porridge tastes delicious. They are grateful for such a good meal. They talk about Lillian's special day today. She and her daughter Dura will be going to a workshop at the local church to learn about a new way to cook without burning wood. It's called solar cooking. They have never heard of it. For the next 3 Saturdays, Lillian, Dura, and several women from the community will be learning about solar cooking. They have all volunteered to attend the workshop and are excited to learn about a new way of cooking. Dura is especially excited. She dreams about being a chef someday. This is a chance for her to learn. When breakfast is finished, Lillian and Dura gather the dishes to wash. Charles and the boys prepare to do chores in the garden. It looks like it will be a beautiful day. Lillian and Dura say goodbye and begin their walk to the church. Everyone is going to have a busy day. At the church, Lillian and Dura meet the woman who is teaching the workshop. Her name is Grace. Father Sospeter of St. Joseph's Church introduces Grace to everyone. The first thing Grace tells the women is that she is proud to be a champion of solar cooking. Grace says that the sun is a gift and a blessing, and that by learning to use it, she is showing gratitude for this blessing. Everyone, including Father Sospeter, is anxious to learn about the solar box oven Grace has brought with her today. Father believes solar cooking can improve food security, help save money, and lead to protection of Mother Earth. But before she starts baking, Grace wants them to understand how solar cooking works. She uses the acronym DARE to help them remember the steps to solar cooking. With DARE, she says, you can learn to cook anything with just the power of the sun. Here is what Grace shows them. The D in DARE is direct. Use one or more reflective surfaces to direct extra sunlight onto the cooking area. The more reflective area, the more light energy you will capture. The A in DARE is absorb. Use the color black to absorb all the wavelengths of visible light and transform the light energy to heat energy. The interior of the oven can be black. The cooking pot can be black. The R in DARE is retain. Retain the heat inside the cooking space by trapping it. Use Pyrex bowl enclosures, oven bags, lids, and insulation. By retaining the heat, you can cook food. And the E in DARE is eat. Eat and enjoy healthy and nutritious food cooked with the cleanest fuel there is. Don't stop there. E can be experiment, explore, extend, educate, and many more. Now Grace asks everyone to guess what she will be making in the box oven today. It is quiet for a moment as the women think about what could be cooked in the sun. But then Dura speaks up. She guesses that Grace will be baking a cake in the oven. How did you know? Grace asks her. Grace and everyone laugh and congratulate Dura on her excellent guess. Dura laughs too and thinks how happy she is to be enjoying this cooking workshop so much. She sees how her mother and the other women care for one another. They are always coming together to lift one another up. She admires them all, including Grace. Father Sospeter encourages everyone to follow Grace outside, where she has prepared to mix up a delicious cake batter. On the way out, Dura asks Grace to please share the recipe. Of course, Grace says. Here it is.
So I think our cake is now ready for baking. We are now going to put it in the oven. So this is our oven. It is very hot now. And our cake is now ready to cook. We'll give it about 2 hours. After that, we'll come back and look at our cake, but we'll be checking from time to time. So Thank you very much, everyone. Let's wait for our cake to be ready.
While the cake is baking, Father and Grace set out a snack of fresh fruit and biscuits. The women talk and laugh and enjoy learning more from Grace while they eat their snack. One of the women comments that cooking over open fire requires constant attention. She is surprised that the cake is baking in the sun without much attention at all. There is so much to talk about. The sound of laughter and chatter fills the air, and so does something else, the sweet aroma of the cake baking nearby. Finally, it's the moment they have all been waiting for. The cake is done. Lillian and Dura look at one another with great anticipation. They can't imagine how the cake will taste after baking in the sun. Grace walks over to the oven and the women gather around. Many of the women are commenting that they are very impressed with solar cooking. It is clean. It can save us money, they are saying. It is good for the environment. Grace says she loves to solar cook. She hopes they will too.
So our cake is ready. Have a look. It's so beautiful, isn't it?
It looks so wonderful.
Wow, nice. That is what? Solar cooking.
Solar cooking. The sun has done wonders. They all gather around to share the cake that Grace has baked in her solar oven. Lillian and Dura are thrilled to taste something so wonderful that has been baked by the sun. Lillian hopes that one day she might be able to cook some of her meals without filling the house with smoke. She has also learned that the solar cooker can help her dry foods to preserve them. What a blessing that will be. Dura loves that she is learning a way to cook that is unique and sustainable. Dura likes to be different in a positive way. Now she is thinking about becoming a regular chef and a solar chef. Before everyone leaves, they pose for a photo with Grace and her solar box oven. On the way home, Lillian and Dura talk excitedly about what they have learned. Next week, Grace has told them they will be preparing beef stew and rice. And while they are waiting for the food to cook, Grace will be teaching them how to make an inexpensive solar cooker. Grace has also told them that she and her friends are talking about starting a solar cooker lending program. Women from the workshop will be able to borrow the ovens and practice using them at home. Dura wants to borrow the solar box oven and bake a cake for her friends. For now, Lillian will continue to cook daily with her open fire oven, but she is already thinking about all the possibilities for solar cooking. As they walk home together, she tells Dura that with solar cooking, she feels as though she can capture the sun. Lillian Captures the Sun follow-up questions. If you would like to learn more about solar cooking, please visit our website, gdsnonprofit.org, and click on Solar Education Project. Contact us with questions, comments, or pictures of your own solar cooking adventures. Email us at solareducationproject@gmail.com. And follow us on Facebook to see what we're cooking up. Solar Education Project.
We are the champions of solar cooking.